On the 10th, the European Commission will present what we might call a package of measures to support the automotive industry. We expect a legislative proposal that will lead to a revision of the ambitious goal of banning the production and sale of cars with combustion engines in 2035. As far as I know, the agenda for the summit is the budget, which will be an exchange of views. We are not adopting any final position yet. It will be an exchange of views. Then there will be an informal discussion on competitiveness, because we realize that we need to talk more about it. But conclusions will be adopted first and foremost, on some kind of commitment by the Union to help Ukraine. Where to get money for Ukraine? There is a proposal to freeze Russian assets. You know our proposal. It is a position. In our view, this is illegal confiscation, which will encounter a huge problem with arbitration and objections from the Russian Federation. Then there is a second option, which is that we, as member states, would pay interest on a loan that the European Commission would take out, but that is financing the war. You know, I will put it very simply so that we understand each other. Among the 28 points of the peace plan presented by the US administration was the use of frozen Russian assets amounting to $100 billion for the reconstruction of Ukraine, $100 billion for the reconstruction of Ukraine. We are looking, asking, and communicating to see whether frozen Russian assets remain a key element of a possible peace agreement. It seems that it is. It seems that the reconstruction of Ukraine and the agreement between the Russian Federation, the United States, and Ukraine that these resources will be used for the reconstruction of Ukraine is taking shape somewhere and may become a reality at the end of the day. Therefore, we cannot just sit back as a country that has always talked about peace, agreeing to the confiscation of $140 billion in frozen Russian assets and thus supplying Ukraine with weapons. Because that is what it is about, taking the $140 billion that is allocated in Belgium and thus supplying Ukraine with weapons. We reject that. We will not do it. I believe that the peace plan should take precedence over the continuation of the war, because giving $140 billion to Ukraine for weapons means more killing, more war. I cannot agree with that. We have a problem with the first option, i.e., using frozen assets, and we also have a problem with the second option, i.e., Slovakia paying interest on a loan provided by the European Commission. We are prepared to provide humanitarian aid to Ukraine, but we will not finance Ukraine's war machine from our financial resources.